making it important to be the first in line. So when the cookie crumbles, the best piece they will find. Oh, we're racing to a red light.
Top of the morning to you all.
Good morning.
Wherever you are in the world. Welcome to yet another Sunday Coffee Mon with myself and obviously the one and only Philby Phil or Philby Grill.
Hang on.
So-
Got a face on it. Felt like last Sunday morning. I'm back this week.
You'll be pleased to know that I have got a coffee this time because I fixed the machine, changed the fuse,
Too.
and the Brew King is back.
I've got
Brew
a
coffee,
machine
brew a
called
beer.
kettle. It's called a kettle, Luke. That's my coffee machine. Cheaper.
Mine does that. It just chucks hot water through a little pod that you throw out. Not good for the environment, but
You could stand and hold the pot and just pour the fucking kettle through it. They do the same bloody thing.
well, there was an idea. Where were you last week, Phil? Could have done with that information last week.
Well, yeah, I went with it last week. I did 40 minutes, and I was just like, nope, I'm dead. And that was the end of that. I nearly cancelled, and I thought, no, I said I'd do it, but not this week. We were all good. Dinner is cooking. Chicken casserole in the slow cooker. I did that about 7:15, so the day is planned.
Yep. If anybody wants a 3-day chicken casserole recipe, then message Phil.
Phil to put up with stuff and turn it on. Job done. That's the recipe.
But funny enough, we're talking about cooking because obviously I've done that new intro there. If you listen to the words, it's just about getting on and enjoying and going through a red light. Nothing's getting in your way type of thing. And I've been. Should I use the word pondering? I know a few people don't like that word.
God, I'm not in chat.
But I've kind of been weighing up the options that I have and the house move that I've got going on just after Christmas, and I thought, you know what,
You're moving house again?
Yeah, I'm like a jippo. I'm like a jippo that never leaves the same town.
You've just moved. I remember that conservatory that sounded like a freight train every time it rained.
Well, I'm going back to my teenage home. It's a property that me mum owns, and the reason for that is the rent on this has gone up by £300 a month.
Well, that makes
obviously
sense.
Government being clever buggers and Bank of England and interest rates, and people need to pay mortgages, which I fully understand, but to double the rent is a little bit too much. So while I've given myself, while I've given myself a few months off work, I can move into a house where, luckily, I don't have to pay the rent. It's paid for, so kind of in a win-win at the minute. So I thought while that's happening, if the next few months go okay, then the stuff that I've got planned for YouTube, I could just carry it on full time, regardless of what subscribers I've got. So the main thing is anything I want to put on this channel, I'll be putting on, from whiskey reviews and whiskey tours to cooking videos to travel vlogs to you name it, whatever I think of, I'll just put it all on this one channel and be done with it, basically. Hi, Chris, how are you doing?
Good morning.
Just sick and tired? Good. Yeah. Good morning. In the wee early hours.
You should do a beard styling video, Luke. That should be your next video. put some pigtails in it, twist it up, or do something with it. Beard Steinem and Luke John. I'll join in with that.
Yep.
I'll let it grow a bit more. I've run out of coffee. I drank it before we came online. Bear with me. I'm just going to get that kettle fired on. 2 seconds.
Anybody with any ideas, just drop it in the chat. So yeah, the idea is I'm just going to do it all on one channel. Just makes sense. I've got quite a few good things lined up already. Whiskey tour in April. Annandale, Campbelltown, Hyla, Jura, maybe Loch Lomond as well. So that'll be a cool week travelling around in a motorhome with Liam from Travel and Brews. I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, it'll be the first time I'll have had a drink properly for quite some time, so that should be fun. Cooking wise, I'm going to start in the new year because at the moment everyone's just putting out Christmas content, side dishes, that type of thing. It's saturated. But I'm going to do a 5 ingredient or less type of series. So not necessarily keeping it cheap, but ingredient wise cheap.
What I miss?
I was just saying about the tour of Scotland in April with Liam and the series of cooking videos that I'm going to do in the new year. So 5 ingredients or less. Obviously not including salt and pepper. People should have salt and pepper anyway. Cheers, McT. How are you doing, mate?
I'm from the sea.
Hey up, Brad.
Here he is.
Good morning, lads. I had a dream last night that Villa beat the 2 favourites for the league in the same week, while smashing a club record of 15 straight home wins in a row. Dreams do come true.
Tell you what, Brad, we were speaking about that, me and you, the other day. You keep that up, I can see you winning the league. Just got to make sure the wheels don't fall off. Because if you're beating teams like that, why not? Why not?
And in all fairness, Brad, Aston Villa was 66 to 1 to win the league, so it's worth a quid or two.
Well, if the odds are still on that, I'll be bunging a tenner on that straight away without mucking about. Bloody hell!
Yeah. So
there might not be that now after yesterday's result though. Could be about 10 to 1 now. I'd check that out, Brad. Slam a tenner on it.
So yeah, and then I've got a few whiskey reviews coming up. Obviously, I can't do beer yet. Well, I can do beer, but it'll be a very small amount, and then everything else will have to be thrown away, which isn't a good use of money, I don't think.
Or beer. Not good use of beer either.
Dropped to 16 to 1. Yeah.
It's dropped. But even a tenner on that, 160 quid. You know, if it comes in, it might not, but it's looking all right.
See, that's what happens, Brad, when you beat Arsenal and Man City in the same week. It goes from 66 to 1 down to 16 to 1.
Yeah.
Slap in the face, son. Slap in the face.
At least your team are winning. Fucking rubbish bloody Saints again yesterday. 96th minute, we let a goal in. Just like, Urgh.
And I'm not saying anything being a Middlesbrough fan, so
no.
Swiftly moving on.
Yeah, we're doing slightly better than you. Got the longest unbeaten record this year as well at the moment, Southampton, unbeaten in 12.
Bloody tractor boys. 15 home wins in a row. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Yep. No wonder you're throwing mail all over that pitch, Brad. Get your frazzles out and be a real boy, will you?
I sent him that the other day. He said, I'm being a good boy. I said, why not try being a real boy? Because he wasn't drinking at the football. I haven't got any frazzles. They're all gone, I think. That's a shame.
Mick T comes in with Leeds.
Yeah, I know. They're fucking 4 points clear of us now. Annoying. I was just going to turn round to my Christmas hamper cupboard. Look, starting to fill up nicely. Woo!
Ooh.
What's the snacks for Christmas? Apart from I get drunk and I keep eating them. Keep chowing through the crisps when I've had a few too many beers.
There'll be no Christmas snacks, no Christmas beer at the rate Phil's gone.
Well, no, I've kept those 2 empty stouts. I've not. I did try one because I was I wanted to know what it was like. To be honest, I wasn't overly impressed with it. It was all right.
Mm.
Yeah, it was okay.
Well, you won't be when you're smacking yourself in the nut with a gin bottle, but you know that's a.
I had a couple of gins on Friday, but I didn't go too mad. A couple of swigs. Then yesterday I had a couple of beers listening to football. That was it.
I dreamt I was having a few beers while watching the football.
Sounds like a good dream, that.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting into this position where like I'm trying to like placebo myself into being drunk, just so like my Saturdays feel a little bit better. I don't know
lick
if
the outside of the bottle. Would that help? Just lick the outside of an impy stout or something.
Well, I'll just get this 18% Imperial Stout. There's no way you could lick that without opening it.
No. I keep those 2 upstairs. I'm surprised they're still there. I really am surprised they're still in the box upstairs. Because I thought about it Friday and I thought, no, you've had like 11 beers. You've been drinking gin. That's the last thing you want. Now on top of that lot.
B2B, stab your kids. We'll catch you in a bit. Sounds like Carnage downstairs. Little one screaming, wish me luck.
Good luck, Mr. Brad. Might see you in a minute.
Break a leg, Brad. Oh no, that's kind of the wrong saying for you, isn't it? Break a leg.
Because if he falls down the stairs and does a stunt man,
Yeah.
don't need that. Talking to stunt man, I wonder where he is. Oh, he'd be asleep. I'm going to mention this every week until one day he pops his head in.
Yeah. I mean, he did call into Shark home brewing last night for a little bit.
What on the screen? On the panel?
No, just in chat. And Mojo, I did call him Steve the Sleeve. He got a little bit offended until I sent him a GIF with long sleeves, just fanning about, as one does.
As one does. You still got snow up there where you are, or is it all gone now?
It's finally just melted, so but it's still cold. We've got the heating on 24.
I had mine on 23 the other day when it was a bit cold down here, but it's sort of like 9 degrees down here at the moment, tipping it down the rain. Bit like
we could do with a bit of rain.
Oh, we've had to shed loads of it. My weeds love it in the back garden. Need to deal with that, but that's not happening until after bloody New Year.
Well, all we've had on the local Facebook forum, because the town's got one, it's an alert page, you know, where people put on like, I seen a kid walk past my house, they weren't doing that, but I thought I'd tell you anyway, in case if they do something wrong later in life. That type of thing. And the amount of people that is this your kid? He's not doing that, but you know, just to let you know where he is.
He might do.
Yeah, he might be concealing something.
Like in that film, I can't remember what the film was called. Maybe something checking out where they can predict when people are going to do crimes and stuff, and they arrest them before they even do anything. It's like when you thought about it. Wouldn't that be a perfect society?
Oh, them pages wind me up. But there's been a few people on. I've got mice in the house, and I'm like,
Clean your house
You
then.
put mice in the house. It's bloody -8 outside.
That's
You
why they're
won't
in the
go
house
and,
and not outside.
yeah, like you won't sit in your garden in -8. So why would you? I mean, to be honest, I am like an elephant with a mouse. Nah, can't do them.
I've
You
got a
know,
spider farm in the downstairs toilet. Fucking spiders that are coming in, they all go into the same room of the house. All those little cellar spiders. There was about 4 or 5 I spotted yesterday.
I mean, for me, I'm like, you know, give me a donkey as a pet or a mouse. Nah, no way. You know, I'd rather have a giraffe in the garden, to be honest.
I've just had a vision of you in the old Tom and Jerry movie where the woman jumps up on the fucking and hoists the fucking skirts up on the chair. I just imagine you doing that.
Yeah. You got an
Ow.
abscess in the tooth, one like a ping pong ball.
Yeah, I've had
Ow.
abscesses in the mouth. It's not fun. Not fucking fun. And to get it fixed, it costs you a bloody fortune at the dentist. I haven't been a dentist in probably a few years now. I've got breaking teeth and all sorts. I ain't paying them. Fucking extortionate.
I went a couple of months back because I chipped one of the teeth just out the back at the bottom. And there's people in there and they were like, "Oh, we don't pay. We get it free because we don't work." And I was like, "You what?" I'm like, "Well, I don't work anymore, but does that still count?" It's like, "Oh no, I give myself 8 months off."
I had a quote to get mine fixed. I've got 2 broken ones. They probably need removing. And it was something silly like 400 quid. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that'll take me months to save that up. With my rent being nearly £1,000 a month, there is no way on earth I can afford that. And then even when you go see a dentist, it costs you 60 quid just to open your mouth. It's like, nah.
Yeah. It cost me £45 for the consultation. And they were going to charge me £520 to extract the tooth.
Oh,
So instead, I didn't get it done. What I've got is Origel.
I've got a box of that in the cupboard. Yeah.
I've got loads of these. I just went and bought a load, and I thought that'll do. Every time it flares up,
Thing is, when you use that stuff, you can't taste anything for about an hour. Everything tastes of Oreo. Half your face is numb. Hey up, Jimmy.
Hey up, Jimmy. Why I, Luke John? Give me an L, give me a U. Oh, I can't be asked.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday morning to you
bloody
too.
Name, Jimmy. There's only 4 letters in it. You got
Happy
4
Sunday to you, Jimmy. How's your weekend been? In fact, that's one of our questions, isn't it?
You got the question thing? How's the week been?
How's the week been? So how's your week been, then?
Hard work, and no play. Apart from it all went wrong when my Christmas tree, we put the lights on it and they didn't work. So I had to order some new ones, which means I've got to strip the tree down, put the new ones on. And then my mattress didn't turn up till Friday, so we got the new mattress on the new bed. So yeah, it's been all right. Not bad. And work, yeah. Nothing really to report.
And has that mattress been super comfy that you were expecting, or?
Mate, it is like laying on a fucking cloud. It's incredible. Anyone that buys a new mattress, don't bother. Get one of these Octasmart toppers, Dormeo. And this is not a paid advertisement, by the way. They are fantastic. Yeah, proper good. I think it was 129 quid. My son bought it for me for Christmas. He said, "What do you want?" I said, "Oh, wouldn't mind a new mattress." But yeah, bloody lovely. Proper. You just dump it on the old one, leave it for a few hours, and it puffs up, and you just get on it. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, I have to go private, Mick. I can't use any NHS covered dental practices.
I've rang some dentists. My mate rang some dentists because he was having problems, and they're not taking any NHS patients on in where I live at all. So then you ring 111 and say, "What do I do?" And they say, "Go private." I can't afford it, and their answer basically is tough. That's it, which shocks me. Amount of taxes and bloody national insurance I pay.
Jamie says, "Loads of snow here at the moment." Been out skiing 2 mornings in a row. That's not a bad thing, Jamie.
No. I can't ski, but I get the old metal tin lids. Who remembers doing that? The old metal biscuit tin lids. Sit on that down the hill. They were great. Now they're all plastic, so don't work so well.
I can ski. Been to Valois in the French Alps a few times. Lovely place. French Alps, amazing in the snow. I keep meaning to go back in the summer month just to see it green and waterfalls, and so that's on the to-do list. But my week's been pretty much the same as last week, although the winter sport's on the telly now, so I can kind of binge watch the winter sports a bit, the cross country, the biathlon, cross country skiing.
I just had that music.
I do though.
Is it winter sport music? Is it that? They still play that?
Ski Sunday.
Ski Sunday, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tune.
Mind you though, Jimmy, it can't be too bad because you were in Tallinn in Estonia last weekend in Pujala Brewery.
I prefer Jagman's idea. Go to Barbados just before Christmas. What was that about? Fair play to him. Yeah.
I kind of like Jagman's idea. However, every photo I've seen is almost in with the bloke on the beach.
You reckon he's got some explaining to do when he comes back then?
Yeah, it's not the same bloke. It's different blokes.
He's one that both got a beer. I have noticed that. He's been drinking with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Met some new friends. Every picture, it's a cocktail or bottle of... I don't know what that beer he was drinking. Was it Corona or something? But it was like pink. I don't know what the hell that was. Very odd.
That was probably bloody pink Lucozade.
No, it's definitely alcoholic. Yeah. I'm sure it was.
It was last week Wednesday over there. It was a great crack. Yeah, like I said on Instagram, Jimmy, I've been to Tallinn before, although it was a stopover. We got some cheap flights, and it was a 30-hour. But I didn't manage to get to that side of the tracks. If you know Tallinn, it's kind of the old town, and where Pujala is down by the docks, there's kind of like rail tracks in between. So
I've had a few from that brewery. In fact, I had the strongest imperial stout I ever had in my life, 17.5%. That was by them a few years ago. Yeah, that was banging, proper good. We couldn't drink any more afterwards. It was just like, no, I've had too much. It's too much, 17.5%.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of like that Hop and Frog at London Craft Beer. Was that 15.1, 15.7?
Something that strong, you have a bottle of that, and it's just like, nah, no more. Just puts you off drinking anything else. Enjoy it at a time.
Yeah, we saved that one for last, didn't we?
We did. Not sure if that was a mistake or not.
But mind you, so I've got some cider for next year, and it'll keep till next year. And it's the chili cider that we had.
Yeah, vaguely remember.
You remember it?
Yeah. That was odd. But yeah, I'm sure I enjoyed it. I must have done.
Yeah, we had like 4 or 5 each.
Oh, I must have done that. I guess you remember that.
Yeah, it was kind of
what are them?
So it was like peach. Yeah, it was like peach, but it had like chili flakes in.
I do remember that now. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like,
chili cider. It doesn't sound right, you know. Chili stout, I get that. Chili chocolate, but in a cider, it seemed to work. So yeah. It did work.
And that was with a cider without chocolate.
Yeah.
Bloody peach and chili. Who knew that was a thing?
Who knew? But it does work.
So yeah, my week's been the same. Apart from I can watch it winter sport on telly. I know what Phil's going to say to this one. Plans for the week ahead.
Work. Moving on.
Work. No live stream again next Friday, is there?
I'm not planning to go on a Friday night for a few weeks. Nah, I'm having a rest. Obviously, we had a drink behind the scenes on the private and that, but no, I can't be bothered at the moment. Christmas, I will do. I do one at Christmas, I expect. Once I'm home,
Yeah.
I haven't got to worry about work on a Monday because when so the last few weeks we're drinking Friday and then we do like a live and a private on a Saturday. I was a mess last Monday. I can't keep up with it. I'm too old. So yeah, too much. Things you have a couple of
We
beers,
knew
get in
that.
the mood, and you sink another 10. It's like nah.
We knew that on Friday night when you tapped out and went and sat in the front room early. In your living room.
I've had enough. Yeah, I've had enough. I'm gone. Can't do this carrying on till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Because plus my body clock, I'm up at like 3:30 most mornings for work, 3:30, 4. So me staying up past like 10, 11 o'clock doesn't happen very often. It will do over
Yeah.
Christmas when I've got 10 days off. It'll be different, but not when I've got work to deal with.
Jimmy says he'd love to visit other towns in Estonia. He's only been to Tallinn. Doesn't Tallinn have a ferry crossing to Helsinki, I believe? So it's just like a quick ferry ride. Well, I say quick, it's... But Estonia, Latvia, all lovely places. I mean, a lot of people used to doubt the Czech Republic with Prague. But, I mean, I've been on Prague over 20 times now, and I haven't even seen the whole of Prague yet. Mainly because I go sightseeing for 2 days, and then the other 8 days I get pissed.
Bar, yeah.
In a bar, yeah. 2 hours on the ferry. So easy when you're in Europe, isn't it, Jimmy? So easy. Just hop on a ferry and you can be in another country. You don't even have to fill in any paperwork.
Well, you can do that here. Jump on a bus, you can go to Scotland. What are you complaining about? Different country. And Wales. Come on.
Crikey. That's pushing it. I mean, I don't know if you've actually seen my new logo, but it's got a thistle on it, it's got a Highland cattle, it's got the hair for Wales.
Yeah, I did see it earlier. But you change your logos every week, so I'm fucking lost now. I don't know what you're going to come up with next week.
Well, this one's going to be it now because it's kind of like my ancestry one.
Oh, okay.
So I've got the Highland bull there, obviously for Scotland, with a thistle. I've got the hare for Ireland. I've got the muted swan for Denmark. And then my name underneath. And obviously the red, white and blue for Britain. So I just thought it was a little bit clever. A little bit of... And like I said, everything's just going to be on this channel now. So I don't have to think of, oh, well, do I have to record for this channel or do this? I can just...
Chuck it on one.
Doesn't matter now. It's all on one. Does make sense. Jimmy, what have you got coming up? What breweries? What beers? Because I know your Instagram page is like... Well, I don't know what it's like. I seen it the other day and you put like 5 posts on within like 3 minutes. I was like, surely he's not drinking these this quick. But yeah, he probably did, yeah.
All right, bear with me.
Problem. I have to say, I'm really enjoying this Friends cappuccino. It's Friends branded. Dolce Gusto. Do love a good cappuccino. Plans for me? I'm just gonna. I've got a few more whiskey on order for when I can eventually start drinking, which is only maybe a week or two away. I'll be able to have the odd dram, so that'll be pretty good because that'll be like 10 weeks without any alcohol. So, considering this year, I went 5 months earlier in the year without any beer, and then I've just done another 10 weeks. So, I'll come up 10 weeks. So I've got some maybe Jura whiskey to buy. Although Gentleman Jack's is currently on offer in Asda. Instead of £44 a bottle, it's half price. Which seems pretty good to me. I do like the Gentleman Jack's. And that'll be the next question for when Phil comes back. If anybody else in the chat's been watching anything on YouTube, wants to share it, just put it in the chat. I've got a series of all note beers to get through. That's another brewery I'd like to visit. Azuma, Estonia. Yeah, I think that's what is it? It's about 2.5 hours away on a public bus, I think. From Tallinn. But yeah, there's the next question for you, Phil. What have you been watching on YouTube?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I haven't actually watched anything on YouTube this week. No, I've been watching stuff on Netflix. I'm going through a load of box sets and series. So nothing on YouTube. But I did watch Doctor Who last night and enjoyed that. Well, actually, I watched it this morning. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, nothing on YouTube. I'm falling out of love with it a bit. I'm bored, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
one I watched. Sorry, there was one I watched. He's actually live now. Big Jet TV. I quite enjoyed that. It's him filming the planes coming in and out of Heathrow Airport. But he travels all around the world to different airports and films it. So I might have watched a bit of that Wednesday. Yeah.
I mean, for me, YouTube-wise, Bourbon Junkies. I've been kind of watching a lot of the whiskey reviewers, because as I mentioned before we went live, there's not that many beer reviews going on at the minute, or beer review shows, and even Tanner, as I call him, like Tintin, from East Coast Liquor Reviews. You know, even they've started to do whiskey examinations now instead of beer. You know, so I think, and I posed this question a couple of weeks ago to a few that were live, and it was like, you know, this kind of craft beer in YouTube coming to a head, and we're like, nah, it's still there, and then all of a sudden, there's nothing there. So
I think so. The people that have been doing this for years, I won't mention names, but the people that have been doing it for a long, long time, they'll be about. But as you said, some of the ones I've watched have now gone. So yeah, is what it is.
yeah, I mean, what I've noticed with like, and even like with some of the whiskey reviewers, they've kind of dropped their own personal channel and they've started to do like group podcasts where there's 3 or 4 of them just get together and just do a load of series of podcasts, and then they just put that out on YouTube. So instead of trying to like review the same beer, they just do it together. So it's kind of like what the virtual pub used to be like. A couple of people get together. Just now, people are starting to do it in real life. So, what else have I watched on YouTube? Yorkshire Pop Top Adventures. Goes around in his camper van. He's currently been up to Scotland. He's been doing some. He calls it photography. I call it just getting away from the wife and the burn for a week.
Yeah, get away from the place for a week.
Yeah, up in the Highlands, Glencoe. Obviously, I've been watching a lot of the Loch Lomond, Isla, Jura, just to get ideas for when we go and what drone shots we can get and B-roll type of stuff. So obviously, when we go, we're going to try and do it as good as we can. I mean, it's very rare that people get to Isla anyway, let alone two of us and two different channels on here.
Yeah, film as
Make the most of it.
You might not go
So
back, so make the most.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment we've got 14 distilleries named that we're going to be doing, and there's
how long are you up there for?
4 to 5 drams in each.
How long are you up there for?
A week.
That's a week. That's quite a lot to squeeze in a week. 14 distilleries. It really is.
Yeah.
So that's
I
at
mean,
least
obviously
2 a day, or possibly 3, depending on when you're travelling there and travelling back. So it's a lot to do.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously we're booking ourselves onto the tours as well, because we want to get the kind of behind the scenes tours again, just for content. But then alongside that, all the filming for the whiskey side, I'll also be filming for a little bit of travel stuff on my channel as well. So we haven't fully worked out how we're going to do the whiskey thing yet. I said to Liam, just do all the whiskey. We'll get together afterwards and we'll edit some videos and he can just put it out on his channel, which would make the most sense because he's monetized. So I may as well get him some money back at the same time. And if I wanted to put any videos together, I can use some of the footage that we haven't used in his. So, morning, Adam.
If you use some
How
of
are you
the
doing?
same footage anyway. Hey up, Mersey. It wouldn't matter if you used a bit of the same footage. Say there was a really good shot of I don't know, with your drone. You could both use the same footage on some of the stuff, wouldn't that?
Yeah, I mean this is why we've got the cameraman, as he's just going to be called. He doesn't even want to be named.
Cameraman.
He
hasn't got.
He wants to be called
cameraman.
Yeah, he's like either cameraman or Cammy. That's it. That's all people again. So.
So you're taking Chris Kamara with you? Now we know who it is.
Yeah.
Chris Kamara's going whiskey tasting with Luke, John, and Liam.
Yeah. And he's got his drone out.
He has. Moving swiftly on.
3 men, 1 motorhome. I've thought about naming that as the series. Actually,
you need a different channel for that.
Well, I thought about having that as the name for the series. 3 men, 1 motorhome. I just thought
you might get a lot more people watching it. To be quite honest, and realise it's not what they thought it was. This is what I signed up for.
Yeah. How is the motorhome going to fit there? Never mind. A little long over. I had a day at Black Lodge Brewery yesterday. £35 for all your beers that you pour yourself between 12 and 4, plus burger and chips for your lunch included. Amazing value.
Oh, that's all right. That is amazing value.
Yeah.
I think I've
For
paid
4 hours as well.
45, 50 quid, or you can drink in like 3 or 4 hours, but you've got to buy your own food, so that's pretty bloody good. Pretty good 30,
Yeah.
40 quid. That's very good.
I usually pay about, I pay 20 quid for the 3 hours of as much drink as I want. But then food on top's usually another 15 quid. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So when
that's
you
still
did the brew by
4
night,
hours.
it's 45, and then food was about 12, 15 quid on top. So yeah, 60 odd quid.
Well, I've just looked at the Newcastle Whiskey Festival, and it's 45 quid for 4 hours, and all your whiskies included.
What? Whiskey?
Yeah, so all your
Yeah, that's
your
gonna be a busy
drams
day.
that you want to try.
I
But what you
couldn't
find
do
is
that.
it's not like a beer. Well, the later ones tend to be like a beer festival where you're just there just to cane it. But with the whiskey ones, from what I've seen and what I've heard from people, like it's a little bit more sophisticated. It's a
Until
dram and then
Phil
water,
turns up.
dram, water.
Until I turn up and ruin it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. All good. Yeah. Now, whiskey at Christmas, that's my rule. I don't drink it. I tend not to drink it any other time of the year, but I do like a good whiskey at Christmas.
Hmm.
I was looking in the
That's
supermarkets the other day because this time of year you get them for half price. I see people going in there going, "Oh, we'd buy like the famous grouse and all this." And like, no, just look at the proper stuff. Like 50 quid a bottle, and you're getting it for £35. That's what you want to be looking at.
yeah. I mean, I mentioned. I think you were at the kettle. A bottle of Gentleman Jack's 70 cl in Asda is 22 quid at the minute. It's usually like
What's it gone
38
then?
quid to
30 something.
44 quid.
God, that's expensive.
Yeah, it's down to £22 at the minute.
I don't think
Needless
I've
to
ever had that.
say,
I probably haven't had that.
I've actually put one in my basket for pick up.
At the
Be
football
rude
as
not
well.
to, wouldn't it? Liverpool. Let's not talk about Liverpool, Leslie.
I thought Palace were going to do that yesterday. That'd have been ideal for bloody Brad, wouldn't it? Absolutely ideal for Villa if bloody Liverpool lost to Palace. Palace won 1-0
Yeah.
up, and was it 2-1 in the end? Yeah, it was a shame. That would have been a perfect day out for any Villa fan.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't think it was. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was a second yellow. I didn't think it was a second yellow for Ayew.
I didn't see it.
To be fair, but
So
I mean, to hold on 1-0, United are done.
Do we think Man United's
Ten
manager
Hag.
will get the boot soon? Because I reckon he will. I reckon he'll be gone.
Yeah, I reckon he'll be gone in January.
3-0 at home to Bournemouth. Can't do that. Fair play to Bournemouth.
Well, I say,
good result.
I say he'll be gone in January, but what's his clause like? Because you never know with United, do you?
Probably cost them 10 billion to get rid of him. Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Most clubs would have fired him today with that sort of result.
I mean, City played today. So
who they got today?
But mind you, I mean, City and Man City are playing today.
Yeah, who they got? I've not looked, so I don't know.
Oh, bloody hell. One of the Czech teams.
Yeah, well, that's what Man United could have said about Bournemouth yesterday.
It'll come to me.
Free bloody more.
Is it No, it's not Brentford. Brentford played yesterday, didn't they?
I don't know. To be honest, because we're in Championship, I take no notice of the Premier League whatsoever because it's not my league. I never keep an eye on it.
I can't tell you who's playing out because I didn't watch Match of the Day last night. And usually I like to watch my Match of the Day.
I'll tell you what you were saying about what I watched on YouTube. I told a lie. I did watch something. I'd follow this Saints guy. He's called the something vlogger, match day vlogger or something. He's quite entertaining. He's a Saints fan and he travels around all the grounds and that. That's quite good. But I haven't watched his one from yesterday yet, which I will do.
We just had the Tractor Boys, didn't we? Give us a stuffing.
Remember that?
Yeah, Everton Chelsea, the only game I can remember today.
No idea. Well, Everton are out of the relegation zone already, plus with the minus 10 points. So they ain't going down, are they? I think they've proved a point there. No, we can still stay up. They'll be fine.
To be honest, when people were kicking off about it, I thought they've got that in a handful of games. Give them half a dozen games, they've clawed that back and be out. And lo and behold,
yeah, they already have. They're already sorted, so they're not going to worry about it. I think the annoying thing is now people are getting annoyed now the fact that Everton have got the minus 10 and they keep mentioning the news about City, Chelsea and everybody else. Then goddamn deal with it. You can't just do it to one team and then and they've been doing this for 4 years investigating it. Come on, you must have some kind of idea by now. Bloody FA, absolutely useless. If you're going to punish them. If you're not, move on. I'm fed up with it in the news all the time. I'm seeing it on the sports pages. Oh, Man City could be thrown out the league, and well, do what you need to do. Just get on with it. Bloody ridiculous.
But it does make you think, though, if they've broken the rules clear as day, as like what some of the media say, then action would have been taken already.
Well, you'd think so, but then the FA have turned around, I believe, and said they're still investigating it. After 4-something bloody years, they've been looking into it. It's like, well, either say you're not going to say you are. You know.
Yeah, I mean, are they at a point where they're like, actually, they keep investigating, but then they just keep coming short? Maybe, who knows?
Well, if they haven't got the evidence there, then say just say so. Say there's no evidence to prove it, so move on, and that's the end of it.
Well, I mean, that's a bit like Formula One. One team dubs another team in for something they haven't done. And then the FIA put a thing out saying, "Oh well, we're looking into Toto Wolff and his wife for a conflict of interest." Like, well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course, that's a conflict of interest. It's husband and wife. That was always clear as day anyway. But everybody else in the F1 paddock said, "Well, we haven't put any complaint in. So who's put a complaint in?" And it turns out some nerd of a reporter has just created a story up, which
and it's kicked off. Yeah,
kicked off. So it's a conflict of interest. What is? Well, that's his wife. Oh, fuck.
No clue. Got that Tom.
Yeah,
my Tom dryer in the background. Fucking making a racket. Tony decided to put the washing on. So we've had that question. Shout outs! I didn't see this the other week.
I added this one this morning.
That's why
while I was waiting.
So who we shouting?
That's kind of my. Anyone you want on YouTube, Phil. Entirely up to you.
I'm trying to think. All right, and I'm going to shout out to Mr. James Dean and Andy Smith. I'll see you tomorrow at work. There you go. You're famous on YouTube, lads. Now I've got to remember to clip it and send it to them later.
Mine's scrolling along the bottom. So Liam from Travel and Brews, Sharky from Sharkhorn Brewing, and Rob from Bramall Does, which is not his BHL, it's his food and other bits that Bramall does, hence the title.
Yeah. Give them some support. That'd be good.
And personally, I think all three of them should have way more subscribers than they do. Especially Liam. You know, Liam's travelling. He's been to Europe. He's done a 72-hour beer challenge with capital cities and travelling. You know, and he got next to.
Into that channel. A lot of effort in. He's met me along the way as well. We've been out a few times together, me and Liam. Always fun. We got to do
There you go.
soon. It's about time.
Luton versus
team is Luton. They've got an airport, man. What's wrong with you? Big place, Luton.
That's the best thing about them. You can get out.
He's slagging Luton live on YouTube. Terrible behaviour, Luke John. I do not condone any of that, by the way, if you're from Luton.
No.
None of it.
And
No.
people by now should know my thoughts on London. I absolutely adore the place. Like a Satan's bum crack.
Yeah.
Like Satan's bum
you love
crack.
the train travelling, don't you? The train travel is your favourite part.
I can never get away from the aromas of the tube. Unbelievable.
It is a different experience if you've never done it before.
If you could bottle up the tube aroma, you could be able to sell that at Fashion Week in Paris.
It would sell better than some of the perfumes, I reckon.
Pista Colette. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, at least this time we've actually managed to get to like almost an hour without.
Yeah, I was in no fit state last week. I did by about 35 minutes, and I was like, "No, I can't handle this." Much better this week.
So Phil wasn't dying this week. I've actually managed to get a coffee this week.
Yeah,
because I fixed my machine. Mind you, I fixed my machine and now I'm getting a new one. Doesn't make sense, but that's what's happening.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Buy
a kettle. What's wrong with you, bloody Northerners? Put water in it. Pour it on coffee. Done.
Yeah, you've just got to wait longer though, don't you? We're impatient, you know.
Well, just have the coffee.
Kettles are for.
The coffee's not.
Kettles are for tea bags, Phil.
Coffee. Kettles are for tea bags. That's what she said. Hey.
Well, I was having the. So I've had the Friends. Cappuccino today.
What, as in the TV show?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Friends cappuccino. Lovely it is.
I love the way they can just put a famous TV show on it and people go out and buy it. It works on Luke anyway.
I mean, my hot chocolate Maltesers. So
I've had that. That's well good because I've actually got. Why didn't I think of that? I've actually got a coffee machine sat there staring at me. I've got one of those cheap ass Dolce Gusto things. And I've had them all
and unfortunately, Costa Coffee.
Yeah, I haven't bought any.
Although, to be honest, Costa Coffee hasn't got a patch on Lavazza. Let's just put that out there. So,
yeah,
but anyway,
I don't buy the pods unless they're on offer because they're too expensive.
Well, apparently my brother-in-law was saying you can get them in Aldi. So Aldi now do their own version for the Dolce. Yeah.
Lidl's do. In fact, I know they do because I've had them before, and they're literally half the price of the big brands. So, but then sometimes they do like big boxes, and you get tons of them. They do big offers on them. So,
I just buy mine from Mazda. Comes all in one delivery.
Yeah, I've not used mine.
Whiskey and coffee.
Maybe I'll get it sorted for next week. I'll try and get some sorted for next week.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
on that note,
all it needs me to say, mate, is thank you very much for joining.
You're welcome. I'm glad I'm in a better state. Apologies for last week, but yeah, not good last Sunday. All good.
No problem. Same time next week, as always, 10 o'clock on a Sunday. Coffee morning. And just to lead me out is my intro, which is going to be my outro because I'm a lazy swine. So
Thanks for having me on, Luke.
thank you all. Thank you, everyone in chat. And adios. Bye.
Later.